Okay, I was instructed not to open gates, so we're probably going to have 2 exterior videos. I don't know, we'll see what's on the other side. Just kind of hitting this, gonzo. We're on the east side heading north. The home faces north. And, some of our observations are limited because we got a bunch of trash and stacked bricks in front of it. This is where the extension was for the primary bedroom bathroom. It looks like it's about 6 to 8 feet out like this. Our foundation grade beam wall, that's what that's called. It's been painted and patched a little bit. This is our exterior bib faucet. Okay, I get it. It looks nice and fresh to paint brick. And when brick has been repointed, it hides things like the little stair step cracks and those kinds of things. Brick is a very good building material. It's fireproof. This home could burn down and you could reuse the brick. Okay? But it's also porous. Now they painted it, it's not so porous any longer. It's not so porous any longer. But we've taken a low to no maintenance. You might have to repoint it or do a little bit of repair. You can tell that they've done some repair across the top here, some horizontal repairs on both sides of these windows and between these windows. All along the east side of the house, there's been some horizontal repairs right up there on the brick. So I wonder what that looks like. It doesn't look like it's out of plane. Okay, that's a good thing. Now, if this home was new, we'd have weep holes along the perimeter because the brick was porous. And any moisture that gets behind the brick, hopefully there's a vapor barrier, a vapor plane, a drainage plane, and then they would, then vapor would come out the weep holes. But in 1940, we didn't do that. This is a crawl space vent. This is a pier and beam foundation. That's why this is a grade beam wall. And those should be open. You can't keep your crawl space dry enough. Even in the wintertime, they should be open. Maybe if you got like a blue northerner coming blowing through for a week, you might put some styrofoam in front of those things. But the temperature underneath your house remains relatively consistent. It's like going to a cave. If you've ever visited a cave tour, and they're going like, it's going to be 62 degrees down there the whole time, all time, wintertime, summertime, whatever. Might want to take a sweater, might not, dress up so warm if it's cold outside, so they kind of warn you that the cave temperature is relatively consistent. Our frost line in Texas, my client's from Seattle, so our frost line is about 2 inches here. I mean, so that's just about like a cave. So covering these things up, it's really not necessary. This is the water coming out. This is our front water faucet. We do not have an anti-siphon device. It's not insulated. I hear it. And we do not have a vacuum breaker device. We don't have those things. At least it's copper. Not along here. Where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. That's called a clue. That's called a clue. So you might want to think about that. You might want to think about that. There's other ways to landscape. Then all these dead leaves, that's called debris. Termites like that too. So all this debris, the wood mulch next to the house, that's all conducive to wood destroying insects. It's all conducive to termites. Now, driveways are beyond the scope of this inspection, but I just got to say that I found, what did I find? Nickel. Found a nickel on the driveway. But this is not dimensionally uniform. This might be a trip hazard. If Granny comes to visit you, you might want to hold her by the arm. I'm Grampy here. I'm having some trouble with it. All this is not dimensional. See the way the tree's moving this up? A tree shouldn't be within 25 feet of your house. Why? Because the same way these trees are moving the driveway, and the trees go about as far as the branches, and these branches have been cut back. Okay, well, is that a magnolia? And they got some great blooms in the spring. It's going to be fragrant. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, so we're coming all along. Another thing we don't have around this home is we do not have rain gutters. We don't have rain gutters. Oh, and I get it. 1940, you want to maintain the integrity of the architecture. You want to leave all those beautiful dovetails just sitting out like that. You know, and it gives it the charm. Understood, understood, understood. However, code says that you should manage the drainage. You should manage the drainage when it comes off the house. I don't explicitly say rain gutters. However, the Texas Housing Code explicitly says homes without rain gutters should be installed on homes that do not have them. Now, I've been mentioning, you probably saw the attic video before, but it does look like we do have some attic ventilation. I was wondering where that was coming from. But that's passive, in and out. I don't see any other ventilation, just that. Just one-way ventilation doesn't hardly count. Moving on up, we got some good rain last night, and we can see that our patio, our front porch, this is wonderful. You can just sit out here, you know, enjoy the neighborhood, visit, that kind of thing. Well, it's not drying, the water doesn't drain off of this. We have a scooper over here, like on a boat, you know, at the front of the boats when they go in the water and they come out, you see the water coming off the bow. Okay, so we got a scooper over here. We got a brick inside of it, so that's supposed to take some of your water off of the patio. But you can see, I don't have to measure this. You can see that it goes down this way, and the water goes down there and disappears. Where do you think it disappears to? You think it might disappear into the crawl space? That's what I think. We used to have a door that was sealed up here. We're going to let the house build up a little more heat, and we're going to shoot this door with infrared. Okay, just to see if they put any insulation. You know, they just put wood up or they put insulation. This is the hall bathroom window. It's been boarded up too. Did they put any insulation behind there? I don't know. I might not be able to tell, but we're going to try. But we're going to try to do that. Now, some interesting things about the front door. We do not have a door knocker. We do not have a doorbell. The door gas is kind of torn. Door's a little stiff. No, it's not. It was swinging closed on its own accord, but we've got a counterbalance on it that might have something to do with it. You see this scar like this? As we know that we've had some foundation repair. And that's been disclosed to my client. I don't know who did it. I don't know. But okay. But our drainage, I'll just have to go into that. Okay. Front porch drainage goes into the southwest corner of the porch towards the crawl space. And then these little paving stones out here, you know, so you can kind of take a stroll. Not dimensionally uniform. Now, like on the side of the house, this is a little different, okay? We got debris, we got wood mulch, we got level grading and drainage right here. We got the, where do you think the water goes? It just stays right here. And you see the vent? You see how close the ground is to the vent? We're not seeing grade beam here. So this is high soil and level drainage. Coming on along. We're studying. I want to see things. We're lookers. It's a nice dark roof. It should build up some heat pretty quick. Okay. See the way this dovetail is split? And you got a hole drilled in it? At one time, there was a rain catchment system. At one time, that was for old style rain gutters. They weren't square, they were round. Can you get in there and see that? They weren't square, they were round. At one time, there was a rain catchment system here. Okay? Now our fireplace chimney, look at that. We know we don't have a crown. We know we don't have a screen. We know we don't have a cap. We know that the flashing around it, okay, it's supposed to be bent and curled in and sealed to help prevent moisture infiltration. We don't have any of that. You know what we've got? We got water stain on one of these shelves inside of here. Did it come from this? I don't know. I don't know where it came from. And moving on along, high soil again. High soil, high soil, high soil, and debris, not wood mulch. And then we're just left with debris. trees too close, trees too close, trees too close. Moving on along. This chimney, okay, since they didn't remove it, it should have been flashed right. Alright, should have had a cap on it. Should, you know, is there anything keeping the water from going through that old chimney? It goes down past the kitchen. Where does it go? It keeps going down to the crawl space. Keeps going down to the crawl space. This is where it keeps going. You know, the water's going to go somewhere. Now, we know also, you saw from the attic video, that the attic was not framed by today's current standards. But you see this slope right here? That's called sumping. If you see a little bit, because you will, then, you know, a lot of us, including myself, have chosen to call that roof deflections. But when you get it like that, that's called sumping. And the attic structure should have been reinforced to handle the weight of the composition shingles, because this roof was originally designed to hold wood shingles, which are a lot lighter. We put composition shingles up here, it's bearing down. We've split one purlin strut on the other side of that chimney, and so we've got that, so that we've got some sumping there. Moving on along. And no, I'm not gonna, Grampy's not gonna hop that fence. You're gonna get 2 videos. We're gonna get 2 videos. That's what we're gonna get. There's a light fixture over here. Okay, it's got a little gasket underneath it, but really, it's not insulated like it should be. It should be. They should have put sealant around that light over there. And that's probably our only clean out. If I find another one, I'll let you know. And this, oh well, see something twice, see something else. This is for the air conditioning system. And I remember this is the primary evaporator drain line. Secondary one is on the porch. It's okay to discharge water. Okay, air conditioning. It'd be nice if it went in the plumbing in the attic, in the video from before, or the air conditioning video. I speculated it might be tied into the kitchen plumbing, and it's not. It just drains on the side of the house. That concept is not a code violation. That it drains right next to the house like this, that is a code violation. That's also conducive to wood destroying insects. You can see how the wood's all drawn up around there. I'm going to dig in there a little bit and see what we got. Okay, so that should take the water out away to a non-obtrusive place. You can't put it in your neighbor's yard, but you could run it out into your backyard or something else. But for it to discharge right next to the house like this, that's not a good thing.